Hello, in this video we have this triangle inscribed in a circle, and the length of the two sides of this triangle, this and this, are the same. So while the base here is 6 units, we are looking for the radius of this particular triangle. And we can start solving by labeling our triangle. So this is our point A, this is point B, this is point C. And what we can do will be to have a straight line here drawn across the base of this particular triangle. So let's draw a straight line right here that splits the triangle into two parts. And right now, we can label this point here. This can be our point D. So we have our point D right here. Now that is our point D, and this will form a right angle triangle here. This will form a right angle triangle here. So we have this 5, we have this 5. Then, since this straight line here divides this base into two parts, meaning this part here will be 3 units, and this one will be 3 units, because the total length of the base of the triangle is 6 units. Then we have a right angle triangle with this becomes the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent, this becomes our angle, so this is the opposite. We can label this to be x. So let's find this length x, which is our AD. So what we are going to do is to find this length AD, which is x, and we make use of Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem states that if you have the square of the hypotenuse, this equals to the summation of the square of the opposite, which is in this case x, plus the adjacent, which is in this case we have 3. So the square of the hypotenuse equals to the sum of the squares of the opposite and adjacent. Here our hypotenuse is 5, so we have 5 squared equals x squared plus 3 squared. So from here 5 squared is 25 equals we have x squared plus 3 squared here is 9. So moving 9 over here, so we have 25 minus 9 equals x squared. And from here, 25 minus 9 is 16 equals x squared. If you rearrange this, you have x squared equals 16. And if you take the square root of both sides, so you have x equals 4 units. So the opposite here, which is our x, is 4 units. Now, what next can we do? We can also decide to draw or extend this line here. Remember, this straight line here, AD, passes through a particular point, which is point 0. So let's assume it passes through this particular point 0, which I've made it dot, which is our center of the circle. So let's extend this line here to the circumference of the circle. So we extend this line from here. I extend it down to this point here, and I can decide to label this point our point E. So this becomes our point E. So we now have A, B, C, D, E. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we have to find the length DE. This length here, DE. We need to find this length. Remember, our x here is 4 units. So let me replace it with 4. This 4 here, I will replace it with this x. So our x is 4. Now we have gotten our AD is 4 units. Now we need to find this length DE, let me use y to denote this length DE. So remember, our point A to E, point AE or length AE is the diameter. So if we can get this chord AE, remember, chord is the equals diameter that passes through the center, or diameter equals the chord that passes through the center of the circle. So you can say that the diameter of a circle equals chord that passes through the center of the circle. So this length AE is the diameter. Have you seen that? So this length AE is the diameter. If we can get this diameter, we are going to divide the diameter by 2 to get the radius. So remember, radius is diameter divided by 2. Now, we also have another chord. Remember, a chord is a line that connects the circumference of the circle. So we have chord BC. This is a chord here, from here to here. It connects this circumference to this circumference here. So this makes BC a chord. And also we have AE, which is the diameter, and also a chord. So we have two chords here, BC and AE. Now there's a rule that we are going to apply, which is the chord rule. So the chord rule is what we are going to apply right now. This rule states that if you have two chords and these two chords pass through a common point, in this point, they meet at this particular point D. The two chords meet at this point D. Remember I said BC is a chord, AE is a diameter and also a chord. But these two chords meet at this particular point here, which is D. Now, because they meet at this point, there is a chord rule that we can use to equate them. This chord rule states that this segment BD, which is the line segment of this chord BC, times this other segment, which is DC, equals this segment of the other chord, which is AED times DE, meaning segment BD, which is this to this, times segment DC, which is this to this, of this particular chord BC, equals segment AD times, so we have times segment or line segment DE, which is from this particular chord, which is also a diameter AE. So this is what the chord rule states. BD times DC equals AD times DE, because they all meet at this particular point, which is D. The two chords meet at this point, which is D. So now let's insert the values for BD. BD is 3 units, so we have BD is 3. 3 times DC is 3 again. We have 3 equals AD. What is AD? AD is 4. Remember, we are looking for Y. That's why we are doing this. AD is 4 units. So we have equals 4 times DE is Y. That's what we are actually looking for. This length DE. So that's what we are looking for, which is Y. All right. So from here, we have 3 times 3. This is 9 equals 4 times Y. So from here, if you have 9 equals 4Y, that means 4Y equals 9. You can isolate Y, divide this by 4, divide this by 4, 4 eliminates 4, then you have Y equals 9 over 4. This becomes our length DE. Now, the total diameter the total diameter is AE, which is AD plus DE. And we have gotten our DE, which is 9/4. So this equals AE plus what? DE. And our AE is 4 units. So we have diameter equals 4 plus DE is 9/4. Remember, the one that we have just solved is 9/4, which is y. In fact, I can easily replace it here. This is 9/4. So we have 9/4 right here. So to get this diameter, we need to add 4 to 9/4. So we have this. So we have diameter equals, the common LCM here is 4. 4 divides 1, 4. 4 times 4, we have 16 plus 9 equals 16 plus 9. This will give you, we have 25 divided by 4. This is our diameter. Now to have the radius equals diameter over 2, because a diameter is a line that connects the circumference of the circle, or that connects this circumference of the circle to this other circumference of the circle, but it must pass through the center of the circle. So this is a diameter that passes through the center of the circle, which is a chord. A diameter is a chord that passes through the center of the circle, right? So this is a diameter because it passes through the center of the circle. At the same time, it's a chord. Don't forget that. This is not a diameter. It's only a chord because it did not pass through the center of the circle, right? So note that. So right now we have our radius. Diameter is 25/4 divided by 2. So this equals 25/4 times 1/2. Remember, if you have A over B over C over D, this equals A over B times D over C. Because this is over 1, so the 1 comes up and this divided. So this will give you, this is 25. Don't forget that, 25 times 1. This is 25 divided by 8. So this becomes our radius. So if you have 25 divided by 8, you have 3.125 units. Just 3.125 units. So our radius, we need to find the radius of this particular circle. So our radius is 3.125 units. The radius of this circle. So you can indicate it. A radius is a line that passes from the center of the circle to the circumference. So this is 3.125. So you have 3.125. So that is it. That is it, guys. Thank you and goodbye.